All right. Under the gun, but at least we're done. This show is dedicated to helping you find the safe and simple approach to buying income-producing real estate. If you have any questions about the program or to arrange a consultation, call toll-free. Here we go, live again. And hello, South Florida. Welcome to another live edition of the Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show, all about the topic of real estate. My name is Eric Willner. I am your host, and we are here. We are live Monday through Friday, live at 5 p.m. Eastern time. Those 5 shows are in addition to our 4 shows on Sunday nights. We have a little mini real estate show marathon from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. So that's 9 shows a week. In addition to that, we also have a number of workshops, which I'm going to give out in just a moment. But just to let you know that on the Real Estate Show, each day of the week, we kind of summarize the market a little bit. We then go into our agenda. And Monday, we lay out that agenda. And we start out, of course, with our agenda, our theme, and our conversation of what is going to take place this week. And we got some exciting things. You know, as you know, we work very closely with TimeToFixMyCredit.com, who is one of the sponsors of this radio show. And in conjunction with them, we have created an expansion team, and folks have come that wanted to share the good work that we've done with them to improve their credit, taking people sometimes from the low 500s into the 700s. Yes, credit repair that works does exist. And so what I wanted to do is to invite you. We're having a late evening tomorrow evening, on Tuesday evening, the 26th of January. We're having a grand opening. It's going to be an online opening of one of our newest expansion team, an agency. They're based out of California, but they serve the entire country. So if you've got credit issues, I want to introduce you to the newest member of our expansion team. And I'm going to give you a link on how you can join in, learn more about what he does. Hey, if you keep your options open, and if you're looking for additional ways to make money, follow his example and come check out what he's doing. We can help you to build the same type of a situation there, where not only is he a real estate investor, but now he helps other clients, potential customers even, that buy real estate from him and from others. You can help people to get back on track with their credit, build it up if they need to. And of course, you know, we've been talking a lot about that over the last couple of weeks. So our workshops for the week. First of all, on Mondays, that's tonight, we have our first workshop of the week, which is our Equity Accelerator. This is where we show you how to grow your real estate. In fact, no, it's not tonight. It's actually next week. Tonight is actually full. So I take that back. A week from tonight, 9 p.m. is our Equity Accelerator workshop. Now, this is really getting a lot of popular demand. And the name of the game here is because we're showing folks how to, using their normal payments, but just restructuring your budget. We're not asking you to go out and make any more money. We're not asking you to spend any more money per month. What you can do by simply rearranging and reprioritizing any debts, and this goes for student loan debt, any kind of debt, car loans, boat loans, lines of credit, home equity, and most of all for mortgages, because the numbers are just so much bigger. But we usually can save you, take years, literally years. Now just imagine if you add up all of your debt payments, what they are per month, multiply it by 12, and then multiply it by 5, 10, 15 years that we can take off of the term of your loans. and imagine what that would signify to you in terms of monthly payments and more money back in your pocket. So tomorrow night is the virtual opening, or the online opening, I should say, of his newest agency, and I invite you guys to come along. Tonight is or not tonight, a week from tonight is the Equity Accelerator. Now, to attend the Equity Accelerator workshop, all you have to do is type in the word equity to 561-861-2366. That's 561-861-2366. And you'll automatically be generated the link to go to the Equity Accelerator. And you'll be put on the list. You'll be next in line for next week's space available. So don't hesitate. Do it right now. Text equity to 561-861-2366. Lots of goodies come with that. Number two, the credit workshop. We have our credit workshop where we talk and teach about credit. That's Tuesdays at 8 p.m. And then, as I said, the grand opening at 10:30 p.m. So all you have to do for either one of those is type in the word credit to 561-861-2366. Again, do it right now before you forget. Then on Wednesdays, we have our second workshop on the Credit Accelerator program, how to accelerate and build your own credit faster than letting time repair it. Because over time, you wait long enough, 7 years, 10 years, your credit will eventually clean itself up in your score. But why wait if you can accelerate it and turn it around in as little as 6 to 12 months, 18 for the real severe ones, and get back into having good credit? That, after all, that's what you need nowadays. Credit is almost more important than having cash when it comes to getting mortgages, getting insurances, even getting jobs in many cases. Gotta have good, solid credit, 700 plus credit scores, and we can show you how to get those, and you can join the 700 plus club. Then on Thursdays, we have our big roundtable. That's the business and investors group, and that is a really interesting meeting where entrepreneurs and real estate investors get together, and we discuss what's latest and going on in the news, what's going on in the marketplace, and everyone shares sort of inside tips in a sort of a cozy setting, if you will. Also, all of these that we're talking about is online. But if you want to come to the Big Table event on Thursday, type in the word Big Table. Again, the one smart number you got to know is 561-861-2366. Anyway, so now I want to go lay out. In fact, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break, and then I want to finish laying out the agenda for the week. We got so much for you. Also, I got a news update for today for real estate investors. So don't touch that dial. You're listening to The Real Estate Show. This is Eric Willner, and I will be right back. Whoa. That was loud in my ear when it came in. You ever notice that on TV? You're watching a show, and then all of a sudden the ads come on, and the volume of those ads is like a lot louder than the program you're listening to. So anyway, I want to say hi, Simone. John Tesserin is in the house. John Brown, the best handyman in town. Hey, don't forget me. I got something that we got to work on. In fact, I worked on that property all weekend long. It is looking so much better. It's amazing. We're coming back. Real estate. And welcome back. For those of you just joining us, you are listening to The Real Estate Show, South Florida's #1 program about real estate, America's longest running daily radio show about real estate. And what I want to do is switch right into our updates today. Now, of course, as I was mentioning, our agenda for the week, we start out our Mondays on a mission. We lay out the agenda. We lay out the conversation, the topic, and we're still driving hard at our mission to put 100 new first-time homeowners into a house this year, and we're on track. And those of you, if you're interested in learning more about our down payment assistance program, then remember the letter DPA. I'm going to give out a number in just a second. DPA, for down payment assistance. We have a whole bunch of money. Now, I'm saying that now because we're still in January, but don't wait. If you want access to this down payment assistance information, this is all free information. 561-861-2366. Text the word DPA so that you can receive our newly updated report. And of course, we're watching some other developments that we're expecting to have even more come into the fold. In fact, what I think will be revolutionary is a full $15,000 credit that the IRS will give you towards your down payment for first-time home buyers. And then, of course, we talked about our Heroes Homes for Heroes program. So we have stuff for firefighters, for first responders, nurses, doctors, school teachers, and all of those that are contributing to trying to make the pandemic be less of an effect on your finances. In fact, one of the new things I was looking at here, do you know that nearly 20% of renters in America are behind on their payments? And that was according to CNBC News. There's 20%. Think about that. And we're going to go into a lot more depth. 56% after March, suburban home sellers, home buyers. The pandemic is driving people to buy bigger homes in the suburbs. First of all, you get more bang for the dollar, which is a big plus. But you also are seeing that folks are trying to get out of these more densely populated areas. Existing home sales, once again, climbed 0.7% last month. So 0.7% doesn't sound like a lot, but remember, there ain't a lot of inventory out there. So if you have well-priced properties in the mid-range price range, those properties are selling as fast as they come on the market. And then the other thing that we'll be talking about now, that's on our Thursday show, which is our Wednesday show is our midweek report, where we'll be talking a lot more in depth about these statistics. So you never want to miss our Wednesday show, where we talk about the real estate market news. And there's no better place to get it all in one place, right here on the Real Estate Show, which is heard live 5 days a week. Now, our Tuesday shows, don't forget, that's our tools, tips, and techniques. And in the vein of talking about our first-time homebuyer mission here, helping folks do that. Now, why is this so important for a show that often talks more to real estate investors? Of course, it is for anyone in real estate, but real estate investors need to sell their properties, and there's no better client than a well-qualified first-time home buyer who, by contacting us, can have their down payments, can have their credit, can have their mortgages, and all the money lined up. And whether it's mortgages from private investors and other funding sources if they can't get conventional lending, whether it's our specialized rent-to-own program. But real estate investors want to pay close attention to these things that we're doing, because if you have a property that you want to sell, but you can't get good qualified buyers. In fact, today I had a gentleman call me who was selling one of his properties, and he bought it a number of years back, paid about $90,000 for this property, and now he's selling it for $200,000. He more than doubled his price in less than 7 years. And he has a client that wants, in fact, it's his tenant, who now says that they have close to 50% down payment, and they came to him and asked if he would owner finance the property. Now, he's inclined to do it, but he called me up and he asked me what should I do and how should I do it? And so we got into this conversation, and I said, number one, if they're going to put 50% down, you don't have to hold the paper. There's a better than 50% chance. There's a better than 80% chance that here we'll be able to match you up with the right financing, and that way you'll get all of your money up front. And if there's something that delays it, we can talk about a bridge, of owner financing bridge, and then refinance, and it even gets easier that way. So if you're interested in that and want to learn more about that, then all you have to do is, if you type in the word credit to 561-861-2366. And then when we have a conversation, we'll talk about what the specific need that you have, whether you're on the buying side, the selling side, or maybe you have the money side that you want to learn how to get into this game. And this is going to be particularly important as things unroll and develop throughout this year, because 2021, I can tell you one thing for sure, is that there will be more changes on the horizon now that we have a brand new administration who is making all sorts of, rapid. First 100 days of any presidency is always very action packed. So you can bet that there's going to be a lot of activity going on here in the marketplace there. So, and here's just a plain fact, that today, due to the economy, the employment or unemployment rate, the job losses, and the impending foreclosures. And, last week we talked about, even before the pandemic hit, even in a hot market with low unemployment, there's still people that go into foreclosure, whether it be for health reasons, for deaths in the family, businesses that go south, divorces that split up families. It could be any number of reasons that force people or prevent people from being able to make their payments. Now, a monumental, once in a century pandemic only magnifies those situations all the much more. However, because the government stepped in and placed those moratoriums on renting and evictions and, buying and foreclosures, we now have a situation where we have this artificial protection for all of these distressed people. So they have been sort of saved by the bell, and they've been in a holding pattern now for over 10 months. Don't forget, we're in the last week of January. We're less than a week away then where some of these programs are expiring. And so those protections are going away for some people. Then we had some of these programs already extended from the January 31st to the February 28th. You're going to want to know which ones were and which ones weren't, because whether you're on the positive side of receiving the landlord as the rent payments, or if you're on the the precarious side of having to make mortgage payments that you might not be able to make, or you've got 10 months of backed up mortgage payments. Where's that going to come from, and how's that going to work out? And you're going to want a way, and someone right here on the Real Estate Show, it's where you're going to be able to get a lot of that information. And so, stay tuned. Use the free resources. We're giving out lots of resources on our smart line, on our resource line, that all you have to do is text. You don't have to worry about answering questions or people bothering you. You can get a lot of this stuff simply by texting those keywords. It's all automated, automatic landlord style, so that you can get that information, and then we can see how we can help you along the way with those resources, and we can set up appointments. Now, remember, if you want to book an appointment and speak directly to me about a particular situation, there's two ways to do that. You can either go to our website at automaticlandlord.com, and there's a book an appointment right there. So automaticlandlord.com, book an appointment. It's free. It's no cost, no obligation. You can go on our Facebook page. The Real Estate Show, yes, has a Facebook page. In fact, we're broadcasting this show live there right now. You can go there, and there's a button at the top of the page to book an appointment. And you can always text the word discovery, and we can have our little discovery conversation and figure out how do we discover a solution to whatever your situation is going on. Put my 30 plus years of experience in the real estate market, in mortgages, in sales, purchases, management, you name it. Text the word discovery to 561-861-2366, and we'll set up that appointment very soon and at both of our convenience. Now, we talked about Monday. We talked about our Tuesdays, tools, tips, and techniques, and we'll be talking about some good tools to help those of you starting with the down payment assistance, with the specialized mortgage, the rent-to-own programs, and we're going to talk a little bit about the rent-to-own concept tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, our midweek report, and then our Thursday, where we talk about the financing Now, as I always like to say, you can't spend a lot of time talking about real estate without popping up the question, how are we going to pay this? How are we going to receive this? And following along on our ATM edition of the Real Estate Show, which is about the money, you can learn the latest and greatest stuff. We'll be talking, our flagship product, that we've been talking about a lot this week is the automatic landlord debt solution. As I mentioned, we had our workshop last Monday night. It was a phenomenal success. We really got into what the automatic landlord debt solution does. And it's a debt solution for every type of debt. And I can literally show you in spreadsheet form, in graph form. I can literally color with a crayon the lines showing how much faster we can show you how to eliminate your debt, be it credit card debt, student loan debt, car debt, line of credit debt, any debt, even personal family debt. I can show you how to pay that off quicker, faster, easier than any other method out there. It's better than the avalanche approach, gimmicky, where you first try to pay the biggest debt first to get rid of that, or what they call the snowfall, where you start with the smallest debt, pay that off, and then you take that payment and add it to the next biggest payment, then to the next biggest payment, and you sort of build this snowball effect of being able to pay. But that's not the fastest way to do it. It's not even the highest cost per thousand. It's not chasing down and paying the highest interest rate. This, which has saved people literally millions of dollars every time when we show some of our listeners how to pay off a loan. Just imagine cutting off half of the interest. Let me make the math super simple. When you take out a 30-year mortgage, you will pay back between 2.5 and 3.5 times what you originally borrowed. So if I take out a $100,000 mortgage, I'm going to pay back somewhere between $250,000 and $350,000. If you subtract the principal, that means $150 to $250 of that was interest. And imagine if I could cut that number, 150. So I could save as much as $75,000 all the way up to $125,000 in interest on a $100,000 loan. Do the proportions, do the math on your loan. It's worth finding out. Again, if you want to get right down to the brass tacks on that, text the word equity to 561-861-2366, or just keep tuning in here to the radio show, and we'll be breaking it down more and more. Best of all, attend one of our workshops where we do get into the nitty gritty and we go into examples, real life examples of how we're doing that for folks right now. Anyway, so that's the agenda for the week. And then don't forget, Friday we do our summary. We hit the high points of the whole week, do a little summary wrap up, and sometimes the deal of the week. But that's it. That's the summary. That's the agenda. That's our Monday show for today. We'll be back again here, same place, same time tomorrow with our tools, tips, and techniques. Don't miss that show. So until tomorrow, this is Eric Willner signing off for the Real Estate Show. Drive safe, wash those hands, and make it a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, and thank you for making it nice and smooth. All right, man. Take care. All right. That wraps it up here. That wraps it up there. Hey, Brian, California. And Felipe from California. And we've got